Sean Clark and his entire team, Father, the wisdom, Lord, the creativity that they would need, God, in such an uncertain and challenging season to be able to facilitate, Lord, the development of this youth nation. So, Father, we speak your blessings, we speak your covering, and we pray, God, that in this season, all that they put their hands to, Father, it shall be blessed. Have your way this evening. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen and amen.
Please be seated. Thank you, Pastor, for that lovely and amazing prayer. It was a nice start to our event. Next, we will have our address by our past Supreme Being, our graduated Supreme Being, I should say, Shardine Grant Cadogan. Please applause.
Hi, good evening. My name is Shardine Grant Cadogan. I'm 20 years old. I attended Leicester Vaughan School. I started this program at 11 years old. I'm 20. As Supreme Being, yes, others may say that, you can skip class. You ain't gonna do much, but I'm just letting you know that in this program, you learn a lot of lessons. It may not be math, it may not be English, but it's life. In school, I was not bullied. I was not the bully, but I was ready for the test. I had anger issues, but I was ready for the test. Walking away is the biggest thing you're gonna be noted. And it's like, hold on. Angry. I'm sorry. I'm scared. I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
Right next to you now. You got this. All right? Let's go.
Yeah.
You can do this.
I don't remember where it's.
Let's start from behind.
You
You
know
can do
what?
this.
I
Right?
can do. I know I was gonna do.
You'll be good. Want me to stay with you or?
It's okay.
All right.
So as a Supreme Being, you're gonna learn a lot of stuff. I had 3 great counselors. There was Shade, Russell, and the other Russell. Basically what happened is you go into school, you would go and you would, yeah, I know why you're next to me. Sean?
I'm here now, so let's go.
Sorry.
No problem. You're doing well.
Okay, but I don't know.
Let me ask you some questions that you answer.
Yeah, you could do that.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to do it this way. Firstly, I want you to give this young lady a round of applause. As she said, she went to school at the Leicester Vaughan School, and after finishing Leicester Vaughan, she went on to the Combermere Secondary School. And yes, you can clap for that as well. And then I came across this young lady again in the Nation newspaper for innovation. Tell us about that. The science project that you were a part of.
Oh, electronics. Well, electronics was or is one of my passions. So basically, I did it at Leicester Vaughan School at first, and then I continued to do it at Commonwealth School where we did robotics. I don't know what to say about it.
Okay. So you joined Supreme Counseling in first form. what did you expect from the program? Did you expect that the program would work for you?
Well, as you can see, I am a very not shy, but still shy person. And what I expected was what I got. I expected to be able to become a bigger person, to become more in love with myself, to become bigger into the school, even though I was small, in a way. But for me, being a supreme being wasn't about being the fastest, being the tallest, being the most brightest person in school. It was just that being there as being a supreme being was the best thing that could happen to me in school.
Are there any lessons learned in the program that you still carry with you today in terms of controlling your anger, dealing with conflict, your self-esteem, critical thinking? Have you learned anything in the program that still applies today?
Yes, please, because every lesson was for life. It wasn't just today I can learn it and then tomorrow I can forget it. It was today I learn it, I can continue to learn it all. I learned with self-control. I learned how to deal with my anger. I learned that walking away is the best thing you can do, because it doesn't make sense to stand up, fight the bully. It doesn't. Just walk away is the best thing you can do. If you're at work, I'm 20, walking away is the best thing you can do. At school, not the teachers, but children, walking away. Fighting, media, just walk away.
Thank you for that advice. Just let me say before I let you go, you did well. I'm very, very proud of you. I've always been proud of you. And I want you to know that whatever you do, wherever you go, once a supreme being,
Always a supreme being.
thank you so much.
Come on, guys. Let's have another round of applause for Shardine. As you would have heard from Shardine, she said that being a supreme being was the best thing that happened for her while attending school. So I hope you guys do share that experience that she would have had as well. And as you can see, there's always going to be support behind you when you're a supreme being. Next, we will have our video presentation on our experiences of being a supreme being. Technical difficulties.
that you can be. Yeah. Beyond, supreme, 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 supreme. Beyond, supreme, 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 supreme. Where I go, and the people want to know who we are, We are supreme, yeah, yeah. I am. We are supreme, we will guide you, yeah. We are supreme, we will help you, yeah. Oh, we are supreme, we will love you, yeah. Love you, yeah. To be the best that you can be, yeah. We are supreme, 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 supreme. We are supreme, we will guide you, yeah. We are supreme, we will help you, yeah. Oh, we are supreme, we will love you, yeah. Love you, yeah. To be the best that you can be, yeah. We are supreme, 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 supreme. We are supreme, 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 supreme. Where I go, and the people want to know who we are, We are supreme, yeah, yeah. I am, you are supreme.
Supreme Counseling for Real Soul Development.
And see, in our video presentation, you guys will be in for a lot of fun treats and activities and events. So I hope you'll be meeting them with some enthusiasm and excitement. Right? Yes? No? 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 A little bit more than that. No? Yes? Thank you, thank you. And I would just like to state that that song you heard in the background was done by one of our supreme beings at St. George Secondary School. So I hope when you leave here, that song will be stuck in your head. Next, we will be having our address by our CEO, Mr. Sean Clark, the ever supportive and hardworking. As you can see, he wears many hats. So let's applaud Mr. Clark on his way to the stage.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. I want to start firstly by joining my project officer in welcoming you to our Supreme Welcome to event. We were expecting a lot more of our Supreme beings, but the way how outside looks, I know, you know Bajans, huh? If there was a fire at Hilton, the place would be burst. But when it is rain or water, that's another thing. I really, really want to express how happy I am to be given the opportunity to enter your families for the next 5 years. I want to thank you for opening the doors and allowing me and my team to walk through those doors to become another member of the family. I want to start by letting you parents know from the outstart that your children now have another parent, and his name is Sean Clark. Whenever they join Supreme Counseling, they become my children, and I treat them as such. I defend them when I need to defend them, and when I need to give them a tongue lashing, they will get a tongue lashing. I promise you that. I also promise you that when they get a tongue lashing and you get in the way, you can get a tongue lashing too. I want to say to you young people that you are not in Supreme Counseling because you are bad behaved. You are not in Supreme Counseling because you have a lot of anger issues. You are not in Supreme Counseling because you have low self-esteem. You are in Supreme Counseling because you are special. Clap for that. And whatever talent there is there, you can be rest assured that we will pull it out. We will give you the opportunity to shine. Remember when you came in, those of you who came early, you were sitting between your parents and you were hidden. I asked you to come over to this side of the room, you sat in the back. I said, no, come forward. Because y'all are no longer backseat children. Y'all now occupying the front row in each and everything that we do. You are number one. How many of you watch wrestling, WWE? Oh, check the hands, good. Let me see how many people in here would join me. I am a part of the head of the table, Roman Reigns. Yes, check the hands, look. And you know Roman Reigns and his family, they have a saying, you are the twos, but we are what? The ones. Let me say, put it up. So all the others are the twos, and we are the, I can't hear you, we are the ones. Stand for me, Supreme Beings. Yeah, I heard that, and I saw who it came from. I mean, you can have a nice little chat when I get them from here. Yeah. I ain't got this because I'm blind. I got this because I need to see a bit more. And I saw you. Hands up, fingers stretched out. Repeat after me. If it is to be, it must start with me. One more time and a bit louder. If it is to be, it must start with me. If it is to be, it must start with me. Give yourselves a clap and sit down. The change must start with you. The willingness to be an even better person, it must start with you. Walking away, as my Supreme Being said, it must start with you. Wanting to succeed and to make something of yourselves, it must start with you. If it is to be, it must start with me. You are the captain of your ship. All right? You are in control of your destiny. We will help you to get there. But you got a lot of work to put in as well. Later in the program, you will recite actually no, put up the Supreme Pledge for me right now, please. Because we are starting this on the right foot. Yeah, we're going to get tired, but stand up. Yeah, I saw that too. Me and you going to be good friends. The one day with the plot here. Yeah, we're going to be good friends, buddy. Now repeat after me. I am a supreme being. I am loving, caring, intelligent, and obedient. I deserve to be respected as I will respect. I deserve to be loved as I will love. I will be mannerly at all times. I will try my best at all times. I will succeed. I am a supreme being. We can say the last part, but I want it a bit louder than that. I am a supreme being. Thank you, yellow shirt. You guys can sit. When you go in to your schools from tomorrow, when you go into your classroom, you see all them things there? You're living, eating, breathing, and sleeping, everything up there. So if I get a call from Mr. Brown, the principal of at St. George Secondary, saying that any of you were not mannerly, I come in. If I get a call saying that you've been disrespectful, I come in. Because you, as long as you live by your pledge, you'll be on the road to succeed. A lot of things are happening in Barbados right now. A lot of things. We have a lot of violence going on. We have a lot of young people in this country who unfortunately cannot settle or cannot handle conflict without getting involved in violence. Unfortunately, the new definition, or those of you who don't know the meaning for definition, the new meaning of being a male in Barbados seems to be you must have a gun in your waist, or a sword down your pants, or your pants down under your bottom. We together are going to bring back what it means to be a gentleman. We are going to bring back what it means to be a lady. So you see this thing when two girls talking and wanna, man, you here with you big man? You females ain't a big man in here. All right? We're going to treat you with the level of respect that you deserve. Your parents will now treat you, if it is not happening, with the level of respect that you deserve. And we are going to show Barbados that there are still young people in this country who are worthy of respect and of succeeding. And you are going to succeed on the Supreme Counseling. I guarantee you that if it don't happen, they close the doors. Go look to sell coconuts or akis or something. I invest my time in you. You know why? Because there are people who invested their time in me. There are people who gave me the foundation that I needed. And I'm going to give you the foundation that you need. You're going to have your group sessions. I'm going to introduce you to your facilitators shortly. You'll have your weekly sessions. But it is not only about people telling you about anger and telling you about conflict and telling you about critical thinking. We also have fun times. As soon as we're able to, we will start back our end of the term events. And the Supreme Being who is on stage with us, she can tell you about the Supreme events. They are massive. The last one we had was that the water event. We had all kind of things, pools, about 2 or 3 pools, slides, you name it, we had it. Water DJs, massive DJs. We spend money for you to enjoy yourselves once you deserve it. We've done cruises. We did about, 3 Caribbean cruises so far. We've airlifted you from Barbados. We went to St. Lucia. You would have seen it in the slide. We went to Bequia. We went to St. Vincent. We went to Guyana. As long as you prove to me that you are deserving of it, believe you me, I will go to the end of the earth to make sure that you get it. But you got to earn it. You got to be mannerly, respectful, obedient. You have to love persons even when they hate you. You got to love them. Are you guys hearing what I'm saying to you? Yes, I get to know each and every one of you personally. I do. Because I make it my business to get to know you. I like to know your favorite color. I like to know your favorite food. I like to know your favorite subject. Because tell anybody that Sean Clark is here for you. Every Christmas, I'm hoping to start back from next year, not this year. We have our annual Christmas dinner and praise giving ceremony at the Wilde Gymnasium. The last one we held in 2018 or 2019, we had about 1,500 people in the gymnasium. Yes, free of cost to you guys. And we also have our awards ceremony there as well. So you can become Supreme Being of the Year. Were you ever Supreme Being of the Year? There you go. So you have Supreme Being of the Year. All right, you have step in the right direction. If I realize that you are making even the smallest progress, I award you for that. There are things to come, friends. There are things to happen to come, children. Parents, we want you to work with us. Let me get a bit serious with you for the next 2 minutes or so. When the program first begins, you, at this stage, you give us 10, 12, 15, 20 different cell phone numbers. And all 20 just be working. All 20. After week 1, you just call all 20, you don't hear anybody. We need to be able to communicate with you as much as you need to communicate with us. This is now a partnership. If Sean is suspended from school, call Sean. Call me and let me know. If you are suspended from school for any reason, do not think that you're going home for 5 days or 7 days or whatever to sit down. You're going to be suspended in the care of your father, Sean Clark. And every day of your suspension, unless it's a Saturday or a Sunday, you're going to put on your school clothes and you're going to find your way to my office. And that is where you will spend your suspension. If you get suspended for breaking a window, I can drill in your head that you must not break a window because you are not supposed to repeat it. So if you think, like some other children, that you are going to break school rules and do as you like to go home and relax for 5 days, think twice. Think again. It will not happen. They must attend the program. That's the only way that we are going to see any level of success. They must be constant. If they are not attending, we will call you. My project officers will call you and let you know, Sean have not attended this session for the past 2 sessions. Please do not say to my project officer, okay, he can be there next week. And then next week come and he's still in there. This is a partnership. We have to work together. Are you parents with me? We will make this happen. We will make this happen. Anything they do that is good, let us know. Don't only call me with sad stories. Catch them in the act of doing something good and let us know. We want to know that as well. Every term when they receive their report, I want a copy. Yeah, I hear them. All of a sudden we got a lot of transport boy buses in here. You know, your door opening at the bus stop. Yeah, a lot of air brakes. No, but I want a copy of the report each and every term because I want to know how you're doing. And if you're not doing as you should be doing, then you can join me on Saturday mornings for lessons. Yes. So when I know what I got to do. You are saying something, sir? You want to stand and say that again? We are understanding each other. I like that. I'm not doing it to punish you. There's some time that you are going to see me, either physically or in spirit. And you're going to say, Shankar, thank you. It is not to punish you. I know that you will not always get it right. I do not expect you to always get it right. Parents, do not fool yourself that they will always get it right because they are children. They will get it wrong. But when they get it wrong, do not put them down. Oh God, you're the Supreme Council now for a whole term. And look how you're getting on. No. They will make mistakes. We are adults and we make mistakes every day. You pick them up. You remind them of why they are in the Supreme program. You remind them that they are Supreme being. You remind them that there are certain behaviors that are expected, not just expected from Mr. Clark and his team, but there are also behaviors that are expected from you as the parents as well. Thank you, Graves. You will no longer be insulting my children. You understand me, parents? I don't care how vexed you get. You will no longer be insulting my children. So you will no longer be comparing them to all kind of people in the world. You're going to respect them. Together, parents, together. These are good young people, I know. We are going to make them better. We are going to make them stronger. But it can only happen if we do it together. We cannot be preaching one thing in Supreme Counseling and you're preaching something else at home. We got to be singing from the same, they call it a hymn book, Pastor. We got to be singing from the same hymn book. And we have to be moving in one direction. We cannot be pulling against each other. Otherwise, it makes no sense. Otherwise, it will not work. If there's a problem at home and your child is in need of one-on-one or individual counseling, call us. We provide it free of cost for you. You don't have to be a saint. If the school says to you that the child needs a psychological assessment for some reason or the other, don't go and look for $1,700 and carry and pay it in the body. Keep it in your pocket. Bring the child to Supreme Counseling. We will do it free of cost. Why? Because I'm investing in my children. And I wouldn't expect the mother of my children or the father of my children to pull out $1,700 to pay for my child. No. And if you have problems with being my children, oh, no, he can be my number one son. You don't worry about that. You let him right where he is. Yes, you. Yes, you. I will close by saying this to you. Let us do this together, guys. I'm very serious about that. We can do this. You have invested your child in our care. We are going to do the best that we can by your child. We are ethical. Every person on my team is ethical. If anything, and any of my staff members can tell you, there's another side to Sean Clark, a real serious, ignorant side to Sean Clark. You see it? Mm-hmm. Any person at all in supreme counseling that puts a child to do something as little as to tell a lie, going home. I don't play that game. I have terminated mentors before because they put their mentees to do little white lies. And then the mentees call me and tell me. And I call them and tell them, you there? You know, I really appreciate the services that you have offered. But from tomorrow, I'm going to try to do without them. Don't come back. Because if I want your children to be honest and to stand up adults, I have to have people around me that are honest and are stand-up adults as well. That you can trust. You will trust me. I will not always be here. I will not always be around. But you're going to trust me and all the others as well. And I put my neck on the block and say to you in front the media this evening that I could vouch for each and every single one of my staff members that they will not do anything that will put your child in danger. Nothing whatsoever. As far as I know, they would throw themselves in danger to protect your child. I give you that assurance. Facilitators, stand, please. Yes, come on. Come from this side. Don't play a young and one jump up. And next you know, you're out of commission for the next 2, 3, 4, 5, 12 weeks. You're not as young as you look. Me too. 20? This is US pound. 21 and up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a part of my team. Here is my sister, Cynthia Phillips. You can call her Auntie CC. All right, you can give her a clap. Very nice lady. This is family. Tanya Newton. Tanya is a clinical psychologist, and she works in the office as well as a part of the school program. The same thing with Cynthia, who is also a psychologist. This is Nicole.
Hello.
Well, she wants to say hello.
Hello.
Nicole is also a psychologist. She's been a part of our family now for this about the third year.
Yes, or fourth.
Third or fourth?
2018? Yeah.
Yeah, so she's heading into her 4th year with us. She's also a psychologist and she works the school program. So you will be seeing her at your school. I've not given the assignments as yet, so I cannot tell you the schools that they will be at as yet, but you will see them at your school. Nicole. These are the 3 babies. So they are just like you. This is their 1st year with Supreme Counseling. These are the babies, and I will let them introduce themselves. You need to get to hear the voices.
Hi, good evening. I'm Fontana Roach. I'm also a psychologist. Good to meet you, Supreme Beings. Looking forward to seeing you guys in the program.
See that smile? I love that smile. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening. My name is Marjorie Trotman, better known as Linda. I am a qualified social worker and will be a qualified psychologist by next year. Nice to be here.
Nice to have you.
Hi everyone, my name is Chantal Groden. I am also a psychologist and I am excited to be working with you all.
Thank you, guys. Missing from the team, we have Miss Narda West, Mr. Russell Mosley, Miss Lydia Phillips. Am I missing any others? Worrell, sorry, why am I marrying her off to Cynthia? Lydia Worrell and Shadia Watson. are the other psychologists that were part of the team. Very quickly, office staff come. Where are you? Yes. Where's Cheyenne? Get Cheyenne for me. Tiffany's here. And also, let me say to you, as I await my office staff, I am absolutely proud of my team. They work hard, they work long hours, and I come up, right up. You're gonna drop off the stage, what? That was a crop over effect. You didn't keep it on about dropping off a stage. This is Tiffany Phillips. Tiffany is our bullying prevention coordinator, and she is also responsible for the Parkinson and St. George secondary schools. So she's directly responsible for the children at those two schools. This young lady, she's been with me from inception. Supreme now is almost 14 years. 13 years. She's been with me for 13 years. This is Mrs. Cheyenne Simon. She is my secretary, and she's also the office manager. She's the voice that you will hear when you call. She's also the person who's responsible for our counseling department, so she will call you when making or booking appointments. Love you. This is my right hand, right foot, left foot. Kim, everything. This is Kim Yearwood Small. Yes, I remember it. She is my accountant, and she is my go-to person. On the 25th of November, if you're bringing any birthday gift for me, you have to bring for two, because we celebrate our birthday on the same day. Love her. Drusilla Harris is the baby. Although you're going a year or not yet?
Not yet.
Not yet?
January.
Oh, January will be a year. But she is a hard worker, and I really appreciate everything that she does for the company. She is, you got real hats though? I do. She is the coordinator of our Achieve Senior School program. She is the person responsible for our Supreme Self-Development and Awareness program, and she's responsible for the Frederick Smith Secondary School. Miss Harris. You stand with us. Tiffany. Tiffany, when you ready? Oh, so it's only you. Oh, come. Come here, stand up. Russell Greers. Russell is my senior project officer. He is responsible for our mentoring program, and he's responsible for Grantley Adams Memorial and Princess Margaret Secondary Schools. He is also my technical person, and not when it comes to lights. I guess you guys realize that by now. And guys, when we have our social events, he transforms from Russell Graves to DJ Crank. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. May God bless you. And we can have a little chat individually when we are finished on the outside as we get a little liquid refreshment. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for that introduction and inspiring address. Next, we will be having a song by Jane Small to cut up all of this talking. Jane Small, applaud while she comes to the stage.
Good evening to all. This song that I'll be doing for you this evening is entitled Bridge Over Troubled Waters.
When you're weary, feeling small, when tears are in your eyes, I will dry them all. I'm on your side. Oh, when times get rough and friends just can't be found, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down. When you're down and out, when you're on the street, when evening falls so hard, I will comfort you. I'll take your part. Oh, when times get rough and pain is all around, like a bridge over troubled waters, I will lay me down like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down. Sail on, children. Sail on by. Your time has come to shine. All your dreams are on their way. See how they shine. Oh, if you need a friend, I'm sailing right behind, like a bridge over troubled waters. I will lay me down over troubled waters. I will lay
Another round of applause for Jane, those vocals. I honestly wish I could sing, but I croak like a frog, so my services were not wanted today. And I hope you supreme beings were listening to that song and understood its meaning about strength and resilience and not giving up. And we will help to give you the tools to set that foundation for having such skills.
Guys, one thing quickly, I actually forgot in all my introductions and so on, and I really don't know how it slipped me, because he's not only a professional, a colleague in the fight against homelessness and so on, very, very, very good friend of mine. I probably can consider him one of my best friends, if not my best friend. He is a member of our board of management. I want to introduce to you Mr. Kimara Safri. Kimara, stand for the guys. Thank you.
Now we move on to our keynote address, which will be presented by Mr. Dennis Brown, principal of St. George Secondary School.
Mr. Sean Clark, CEO of Supreme Counseling for Personal Development, other members of staff of Supreme Counseling, specially invited guests, parents, and guardians, Supreme beings, members of the media, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Now today I am jealous of you. I'm real jealous, you know. You have been given the title of Supreme Beings, a title not bestowed upon me. It is with hope at the end of this event that Mr. Clark will see it fit to make me an honorary Supreme Being of Supreme Counseling for Personal Development. It's not enough just to give me a shirt and say Supreme Counseling. I want also to be called a Supreme Being. So I took the opportunity, because I'm not sure if Mr. Clark will bless me with the title of Supreme Being. So when you were reciting your pledge, I say, you know what? If he ain't giving me the title of Supreme Being, I'm going to recite this pledge and make myself a Supreme Being. So I recited the pledge, and I am a Supreme Being. I'm waiting on him. Now let me tell you why I am jealous of you. Have you ever stopped to imagine or examine the word Supreme Being? That word supreme, what's the first thing that jumps out at you? For me, the first thing every time I hear the word supreme is Superman. And once I begin to think of Superman, I begin to think of his abilities and powers. Can you list the abilities of Superman? Let me help you. Superman possesses the powers of flight. The man can fly. Superhuman powers. Man, we are strong. X-ray vision. He can see what's happening outside that wall. What the food, he can see the food from here. Heat vision. Whenever it is cold, he can use heat to make the place warm. And when it is hot, he can use his breath to make it cold. He has the power of cold breath. I know you hear about hot breath. I mean, hot breath in Barbados means a different thing to cold breath. He also has the power of super speed. Man, really fast. Faster than Usain Bolt. He has the ability of enhanced hearing. I just heard someone. He passed on some of the abilities to me too. And I know I heard one of you say just now, Mr. Brown, we're handsome. And he has the power of invulnerability. In other words, your man can't get mashed up. You can hit him with a brick, can't break. While Superman is immensely strong though, you know he still has a weakness. What's his weakness? Kryptonite. So in my eyes, our young supreme beings who are here today are our superboys and supergirls. But you may say, Mr. Brown, Superman is fictional. He's not real. He's only a made-up story. But listen to this. Let me tell you what's not made up. You can demonstrate the gift of flight by believing you can fly. By believing that you can be and can do anything you set your mind on becoming or doing. You can also show that you have superhuman strength through your determination of never giving up until you have achieved your goals. Use your X-ray vision by dreaming big, aspiring for greatness to greatness, and making sure you leave your legacy behind. The powers of heat and cold are your abilities to adapt and change to any environment and to fit in anywhere and everywhere your skills take you. Use your super speed to take any opportunities that come your way by being prepared with the right attitudes and skills of academic, technical and vocational, and sporting. Your enhanced hearing should be used to listen to sound advice from your parents, teachers, and supreme counseling. Their guidance will lead you to success. And by embracing all these powers, you will achieve your invulnerability, becoming the supreme beings you are, who are ready to take on the challenges of this world. But of course, there's kryptonite, which may present itself in the form of peer pressure, drugs, gangs, and negative people who may want to distract you from reaching your goals. To fight this weakness, you must draw upon your enhanced hearing. Go back to listening to your parents. Go back to listening to your teachers. Go back to listening to your father, Mr. Clark, and Supreme Counseling. Remembering those words of advice from them, and that will help you to overcome that trying time of your life. So, Supreme Beings, now that you are aware of your superpowers, it is now time for a new beginning. Time to begin believing in yourself and that nothing is beyond you. Time to begin working hard towards your goals with commitment and dedication. Time to begin planning your future and where you want to be. Time to begin showing your intelligence by equipping yourself with the attitude, knowledge, and skills necessary to allow you to effectively function anywhere in the world. Time to grab hold of those opportunities that will bring you closer to your goals and not let them slip away. Time to begin listening and paying attention to positive advice and the words of encouragement offered to you by all those persons who demonstrate their love and care. This is also the time to shake off the negative energy that may surround you, trying to hold you back from achieving your success. And finally, as written on your shirts, Superman also displayed care, love, kindness, respect, success, and intelligence through his actions. Therefore, little ones, supreme beings, begin today to also let your actions show the same qualities of care, love, kindness, respect, and intelligence. And success for you will be inevitable. Supreme beings, I say to you this afternoon, if it is to be, it must start with you. Make today your new beginning. Thank you.
Short people problems. Eight moving. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, Mr. Brown, our honorary Supreme Being. I would just like to say thank you again very much to everybody for attending. And to give an official vote of thanks, we will have our Senior Project Officer, Mr. Russell Grace.
Midget syndrome. All right, firstly, good evening, everyone. I didn't get the opportunity myself to say good evening to each and every one of you. I only know some of your names here this evening, which is Anya Dean, which is one of my Princess Margaret children. Start the ball rolling. So at this time, I will start from the top of the table. Mr. Clark. Jamal, Pastor Minister. Thank you for blessing us here this evening. A prayer does not go well, better, and can't go anywhere. No matter what you do with God, you will always put a step in the right direction. Mr. Brown, sir, to be fair, I've never given Superman so much thought. And thank you. To be fair, very inspirational words, sir. To one of the most reasonable people I know, until it gets to that ignorant mood. Mr. Clark, sir, You can take your standing ovation at this point in time. Without that brain of yours, sir, we would not be here today after all of these years, which would bring me to Sharadine. I had to save you for last. I had to save you for last. In saying that, thank you for expressing how you have felt from before. I know you're still learning. I know the stress you would have given me, and I've enjoyed it. And with that experience from having you from before, these young people in front of me will be the future of tomorrow. So thank you all. Sorry, I didn't get to thank the parents as well. Parents, I cannot stress and I cannot emphasize how grateful and thankful we are for showing your commitment being here alone this evening despite some challenges you may have encountered, which is the start of a beautiful relationship that will be put into the universe that we're going to have for the next 5 years. Thank you. Just thank you. Supreme Beings, can you please stand? Yeah. Please get fit in Supreme. No pun intended. No pun intended. Yes, please. There's one thing I want you all to do. See your all parents. Thank them. Thank you all for being here, and I love the fact that you all have on your all shirts already, which means beautiful beginnings. Beautiful beginnings. Y'all can sit, and I will turn it over to the MC for the last.
Thank you so much, Russell. Before we end our proceedings, I would just like to ask, I will say names right now, and you would have met our office manager, Cheyenne Simon, the one with the puff in the yellow shirt. And she would like to speak with a few of you on the outside. So I will call names, and if you are indeed here, please go to her on the outside, and she will be sitting by the desk. Is David Payne here? David Payne. Mm-hmm. Can his parent or ward travel with him on the outside to Cheyenne, please? Thank you. Yes, follow Mr. Graves. Shakeem Critchlow. Shakeem Critchlow. Ojan Carter. Ojan Carter. Jelani Blunt. Jelani Blunt. Kalina Cadogan. Kalina Cadogan.